Hello everyone, myself Dr. Santosh and welcome to the video lecture series of sleep. We already took 2 lectures, okay, in that we already thought about the sleep, what are the advantages of sleep, what happened because of the insufficient sleep. And now in this third lecture, we will see the normal physiology of the sleep. So basically what exactly the sleep is? What exactly the sleep is? Sleep is a state of unconsciousness, okay? It is the state of unconsciousness form in which person can be aroused, okay? So it is the state of unconsciousness. A person in the coma, it also unconscious. It means that he or she is sleeping? No. Sleep is the state of unconsciousness form in which, this is important, person can be aroused by any sensory or motor response or stimuli. Okay, so sleep is a state of unconsciousness in which person can be aroused by sensory or motor stimuli. This is very, very important. But if somebody is in coma or someone is unconscious because of any medical problem or health problem, he cannot be aroused by sensory or motor stimuli. But sleep is. होता है ना, people can arouse you by just pushing you or by giving some touch or by calling you. Okay, so sensory and motor stimulus. Now the next thing we already discussed, sleep is not an inactive time of the brain. It is the highly active time. This we already saw. It is the highly active time for brain. Sleep is the highly active time for brain. Now we will go for the type of sleep, right? So sleep, it is of 2 types. In one is, we already know, REM sleep, and another is NREM sleep. Okay, so it is not really basically the type of sleep. It is the phases inside the sleep. One is rapid eye movement sleep. Okay, so one is basically the rapid eye movement sleep, and in another it is the non-rapid eye movement. Okay, so here there is a movement which is rapid. Okay, here there is a slow or no eye movement. Here there is a slow or no eye movement. So these are the cyclical phases, REM sleep and NREM sleep. This is like your night time. So during night time, these are the cyclical phases of REM and NREM, right? How many cycle? Approximately 4 to 5 cycle of REM and NREM sleep. So first there is a REM or NREM, then again REM, then again NREM. So as per that, there are how many cycle? 4 to 5 cycle. So for one, that is for one sleep. Okay, so which sleep come first? So the first come is NREM sleep. It is the slow wave sleep. It is called slow wave sleep. Here the waves are like dysynchronous. The waves are desynchronous, not synchronous. इसे हम लोग synchronous बोलते हैं. It's a desynchronous. Okay, so first come. Okay, and the REM sleep, it is for short duration. So first is NREM sleep. Second, after NREM sleep, there is a REM sleep. REM sleep, it is for shorter period. It is for the shorter period. Now we will see in this 2 sleep, this NREM sleep, they have in previous books, there are like 4 phases. They are like how many? 4 phases. Now it has only 3 phases, like N1, NREM 1, NREM 2, NREM 3 and NREM 4. So now in recent study, these are not 4, these are only 3 phases. So we will see one by one, and we are talking about the first sleep, that is called sleep NREM sleep, and that is for good duration. This is for very short duration. So the first come is your which one? NREM sleep. Now this 3 phases, 3 phases of this NREM sleep, each for approximately 5 to 15 minutes. Each phase is approximately is for 5 to 15 minutes at least. Okay, and person should go through all these phases. This is very, very important. Person cannot wait in between these phases. Person has to go all to this 3 phases, N1, N2 and N3, and then it will enter into the REM. So these 3 phases are very, very important. So what is N1? It's easy. It's basically easy. In N1, everybody know how we will going to sleep. First we will feel drowsy. Then started getting closing our eyes, drowsy, eyes close. Okay, then but in this sleep anyone can wake up, or any small sensory or any kind of motor stimuli can wake you up. Okay, so what type of N1? In N1 you feel drowsy, your eyes are closing, but it is easy to wake. In this it is very easy to wake up. Okay, this is your which one? N1. I told you it is not more than 5 to 10 minutes. That is your which one? First phase. Now in this N1 your muscles are relaxed because you feel fatigued, tired, drowsy, your eyes are closing, your muscles are relaxed. I want you to remember your muscles are relaxed. Okay, second thing, your eye movement is slow down. I don't say there is no rapid eye movement. No rapid eye movement, it doesn't mean that there is no movement. There is a movement, but it is not rapid. So what happened in the N1 state, there is a basically eye movement, but it's the slow down. Okay, now we will see what is in N2. Now this person enter into the N2 phases of NREM sleep. This is not a drowsy, this is a light sleep. This is the stage of light sleep. What we can call it is light sleep. Same thing, muscles going to be more relaxed, eye movements are almost like stop. Okay, there is no eye movement. There is a no eye movement. Slowly and steadily your heart rate, it's not diminished, basically slows down. It slows down. Okay, body working condition like temperature decreases, come to the normal level or suboptimal. Don't think that it is a bradycardia. I am saying it is the slowing down, right? Now from light sleep, it is also same. It is for 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, now we will enter. Now the person is ready to enter into the N3 sleep, and this is the most important sleep, which is called deep sleep. This is we sleep, deep sleep. Now this is very, very important, N3. Now in deep sleep, what exactly happened? It is very hard to arouse the patient or person. It is very hard. You can easily arouse in N1, but in N3 it is very hard to arouse the person, right? It is in which phase? That is in N3. If by giving stronger stimuli, sensory or motor, if you try to arouse that particular person, what exactly happened? The person awake, but there is a disorientation. So what I want you to remember, when you wake from your sleep, arouse from your sleep, and if you feel disorientated about the time, place and person, many people, they suddenly wake because of some sensory stimuli or because of some anxiety of like anything, like exam going student, or there might be some important work, they don't want to miss that. They suddenly wake because whenever they are in deep sleep, and because of that they feel disoriented. They don't know where they are. They don't know what exactly the time, whether it is the day or night. But this is called the disorientation. And disorientation, it is in which sleep? That is in the deep sleep. And in that sleep, it is very hard to arouse. And I said, if that still person awake, what happened? He's in disorientation. Okay. And disorientation is not for like permanent, it is for like 1 or 2 minutes, or it is for a couple of minutes. Here also, the blood pressure fall. It doesn't mean hypotension, but blood pressure fall. There is no eye movement because it's a deep sleep, no eye movement. Okay. Now, in this all three phases, this N3 phase, why we want that person should go into the N3 phase? What is the importance of N3? N1 and N2. N1 is the entry pass, N2 is the gate, and N3 is the basically the space where brain has to perform the function. What is exactly happen in this N3 phase? Stage 3. This stage 3, N3 is very, very important for what? What exactly happened here? Repair and regrowth. Repair and regrowth. Whatever the cell or whatever the things which are damaged, they are going to be repaired in which one? That is the N3. And that is why I said it is not an inactive state sleep. It is very, very active. Here there is a repair and the regrowth of tissue. Okay. Second, building of muscle and bony strength. A lot of people, they work out, right? And that's why whenever they are going to the gym, usually the trainer said sleep is very, very important. Why? Because in N3 sleep or deep sleep, what happens? There is a building. Why there is a building of muscle and bony structure or tissue? Because there is a repair and regrowth. There is a repair and regrowth. Build bones or muscle. At the same time, the most important thing, increase immune system. Okay, the immune system of that particular person, it will boost up, right? So whatever the immune system, it will start rearranging them and it will boosting up. So person is ready for the next day to fight with the external environmental factor. So immune system is very, very important function, right? So what happened? This is very, very important in case of this sleep. N3 from NREM. That is why people usually say taking a nap of like 10, 20, and this stage usually again lasts for 20 to 40 minutes. How much? 20 to 40. So 40, this one is 10, this one approximate I am saying. The nap should be of at least 1 hour. Okay. So basically the nap is not the particular part of your daily routine, but people usually take the nap and they are taking nap for like 30 minutes or 20 minutes, but it's not a nap. Basically you are playing with your brain tissue. So whenever it's a nap, it should be for 1 hour, but there is no need of nap if you take the complete sleep during the night time, and that is the best time to sleep. We already know why, right? So as the person age increases, this N3 stage, the deep sleep stage, like in adult or in children, it is like 20 to 40 minutes, it starts reducing. Aging started, right? So in case of senior citizen, it is not 40 minutes, it's like 30 minutes or 20 minutes or 10 minutes. So as the age increases, the deep sleep decreases. Okay. So what is and that is why the immune system or repair or regrowth or building of muscle and bony structure, it is less in case of the senior citizen. This is what I want you to remember. So this is about your which one, that is called NREM sleep. That is all your which one? NREM sleep. Okay, तो ये हो गया आपका कौन सा? NREM sleep. Now we will go for the REM sleep. Now the REM sleep. Person from NREM enter into the REM sleep. So this is NREM sleep. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Now we will see the REM sleep. Okay, now we will see the REM sleep. So what is REM sleep? Rapid eye movement sleep. What is REM sleep? Rapid eye movement sleep. Why? And this sleep is very, very important, but it is shorter duration. How many cycles are there in sleep? 4 to 5 cycles. Each cycle constitute NREM plus REM. NREM is for longer duration, REM for shorter duration. Okay. NREM, then REM, then again NREM, then REM. As the time progress during the sleeping. First, REM, it is for like 10 minutes, and then first cycle, second cycle, it become 15, then it become 20. As early in the morning, REM is the maximum for time. REM is for maximum time, and that is why, okay, at that time your brain is more and more active, and the person can see the dream. Okay, so dream in which sleep? REM sleep. Okay, REM sleep happen 90 minutes after the fall of sleep. That's why I'm saying. So it will take, like I said, it like 60 minutes. It might take more than like 70, 80 or 90 after the NREM. After like 80 to 90 minutes, then there is a REM sleep. So REM sleep happen like 90 minutes after the falling asleep. Like first there is a whenever you go to the bed, you start going into N1, then into like 5 to 15. So they take the higher end, like 15, 15, 40. So it is like 30 plus 40, 70, and then 10, they add the 10 like 80, 90, and after 80, 90, then the next is your REM sleep. And in REM sleep, I want you to remember the dream. So REM sleep happens to go for 93 after the falling asleep. First REM sleep. Now, what is the duration of REM sleep? If they said that REM sleep is after 90 minutes, so this black color is your which one? REM sleep. The first REM sleep is not more than 10 minutes. The first REM sleep is not more than 10 minutes. Okay, so 90 plus 10 is almost like 100 minutes, right? Almost like 1.5 hours. Again, after 10 minutes, there is a NREM sleep. Then after NREM sleep, there is REM sleep. Slowly, the REM sleep increases, right? So first REM sleep is not more than 10 minutes. Okay, and what happened here? Then it slowly increased. Which one? REM sleep. How many cycles? 4. First cycle, that is like REM sleep is only for the 10 minutes, and then it slowly increases, and then it lasts for 1 hour. At the end. So at the end, like this is like your total sleep. NREM 4 to 5 cycle, NREM, then NREM. Can you see NREM is decreasing? And can you see here REM is increasing. Again it will increase more, and then at last its maximum is how much? 1 hour. Okay, and that is why we see the most dream in the morning time. What happened in this REM sleep? Here, exact opposite, the heart rate increases. Breathing, your breathing, it also increases. Eye movement, rapid eye movement. There is a rapid eye movement in case of your, that is called REM sleep. Intense dream. The dream you can see here, they are very intense. Intense means some act is there, right? Why the dream are more intense? The brain is more active at the time of everything is functioning here. Heart rate is more and more heart rate, breathing is more, and that is why muscle and everything will be working. And the dream, whatever you are seeing, it is intense, and it is like that is your brain is more active. So heart rate more, blood pressure more. One more thing here, muscle are relaxed. Now what exactly this muscle are? Basically relaxed. Okay, everything is there, but the muscle are relaxed. They are not in your control. So everybody has the experience when they are dreaming some intense dream during the REM sleep. They can see the dream, they feel that they are doing something, but they cannot move their body. Because the muscles are relaxed. This is very important. The muscles are relaxed. Here in N1, the muscles are relaxed. Now slowly and steadily, the muscles are like not more relaxed. They are like more towards the rigid side, but they are not really the work. Here, the muscles are totally relaxed, like a paralysis. Breathing, you already know that breathing and everything is fast. Breathing and everything is fast in case of your which one? That is called the REM sleep. So, muscles are relaxed and your body is not really able to regulate the body temperature during the REM sleep. So, you cannot say temperature is increased and person can feel hot, or temperature is decreased, person can feel cool. No, anything, because the temperature regulation is not there during the REM sleep. So the person can feel hot or cold also. It means that temperature regulation, or your body cannot able to regulate the temperature during the REM sleep. So this is the difference between your which one? REM, and that is called NREM sleep. In NREM sleep, okay, we already see that growth, digestion, or you can say cell repair, hormone, the most important what happened during whole of your sleep, the growth, digestion, cell repair, boosting of the hormonal secretion during the sleep. That is very, very important thing or important act happening during the sleep, right? If you sleep well, learning and memory pathway, there are pathway inside your brain that is called learning pathway and memory pathway, which is related to the center of sleep and your control in your cortex, cerebral cortex, where there is a learning, memory or cognitive center inside your brain. This pathway, learning pathway and memory pathway, they work more. And in that, from that learning pathway, you can, or memory pathway, we can add some of the flashes of memory inside your dream. But that is different thing. What I say, learning will be better, memory will be better if you sleep well. I am not saying sleep more, I am saying sleep well. Okay, that is learning and memory pathway increases. And how many cycle it require? Like 4 to 5 cycle. Okay, and what happened? Cycle start with NREM and second is REM. And we already know how many cycle, 4 to 5 cycle. The time of which phase is increasing as we approach from falling asleep to the rising time early in the morning. Okay, so if you see that the REM type, can you see the REM type of sleep? Okay, it is increasing, and this NREM sleep, it is decreasing. So as we go further, NREM time, which is first like 80 to 90 minutes, is decreased, and REM type, which is 10 minutes at the starting, it increase, and it will goes up to the 90 minutes or 1 hour. That's what I'm saying. So this is why the sleep is having the cycle of NREM sleep and REM sleep. So how they are very, very important. Now, if you see, now we will see in a detail. What about the N1 and N2? Okay, so what exactly happening N1? Now we see the NREM sleep. Okay, so we already saw the difference between REM and NREM sleep. NREM sleep is the first sleep, which is subdivided into N1 phase, N2 and N3 drowsy, sleepy, and N3 is the deep sleep, which is required for the all important function, immune, growth, repair, cell, everything. REM, okay, that is for first it is for 10 minutes and then it will go on increasing as we approach towards the morning time, that is for 1 hour. Dreaming is here. Okay, so dreaming is here, and muscle are just like a flaccid or that is relaxed, you can say, in case of REM sleep. Now we will see N1, N2, N3. So in N1, the waves which we record, okay, electroencephalogram, okay, the brain wave, they are low on EEG. If you see the EEG, that is a drowsy. It's a drowsy. So whatever the waves you are seeing on the electroencephalogram, or you can say EEG, okay, they are slow. So in N1, you already know there is a slow eye movement also, and the EEG waves, they are slow, and you can usually, this N1 is like a nap. It is like a nap. Okay. Sometime in N1, you can see a hypnic jerk. This is one terminology you can use in case of N1 sleep, that is called hypnic jerk. You can see. So hypnic jerk, what basically the hypnic jerk is, it is like one or more muscle, not all the muscle of the body, one or more muscle of the body, it move involuntarily. Involuntary, it moves. That is called hypnic jerk. Okay, when it will move, when this person, there is a transition of sleep from N1 to N2. At that time, one or group of muscle or more muscle, they show the involuntary movement, and we call that involuntary movement is called hypnic jerk. Okay, that's what terminology we use. So this N1 sleep is like 5% of your sleep. It's like a 5% of total sleep we spend in N1. Now N2 sleep. Okay, what happened in N2 sleep? 55% of the sleep is your N2 sleep. Here there is a no eye movement. We already know. First there is a slow eye movement, then there is a no eye movement, right? That is your which one? N2 sleep. Important is your N3 sleep. Which sleep? That is the N3 sleep. Here there is no dream. I know this is dream are very rare in case of N3 sleep. I am not saying there is no dream, but they are very rare. They are more in case of REM sleep. Here you are seeing the slow wave. Here you can see there is a slow and deep wave. Here there are only slow and superficial wave. Here there are slow wave but deep wave. You can say slow and deep, and you call them delta wave. You can call them delta wave. Delta wave you can see in case of the N3 sleep. This is very important. You have to remember. And this is called deep. Very easy. N3 deep sleep, delta wave. Which wave? That is the delta wave. And this is the only sleep we will feel refreshed. We will feel refreshed. If we finish the N3 sleep, then and then we feel the refresh. If you don't finish your N3 sleep, then you cannot really feel the fresh. Now second, what is the importance of this N3 sleep? Sleepwalking. Sleepwalking. Sleepwalking, or you can say sleep talking. Sleepwalking and sleep talking. Nightmares. Then nightmares. Sudden waking up. Okay, sudden sitting up from the bed. Okay, usually these are more in children as compared to the adult. This sleepwalking, sleep talking, nightmares, suddenly sleeping up, usually in case of mirror, which one? That is called deep sleep. So it is as good as 15% of total sleep. Like this one is like 5%, 20 and 55, it is 75, and remaining is your which one? That is called REM sleep. So NREM is more, REM is less. So they might ask you nightmares, sleepwalking, sleep talking, usually in case of N3 sleep. In case of N1 sleep, I want you to remember that is called hypnic jerk. Which jerk? Hypnic jerk. Now in this sleep, whenever we are talking about the sleep, so this is all about the waves and everything whenever we are talking about the sleep. So what are the chemical, or you can say neurotransmitter, which play an important role in this sleep? Okay, so they are like histamine, dopamine, right? Histamine, dopamine, these are the neurotransmitter like norepinephrine, serotonin, right? Acetylcholine, norepinephrine, serotonin, acetylcholine, these are neurotransmitter. They play an important role during the sleep, right? And who control this sleep wake cycle? We already seen that in your previous lecture. Hypothalamus. Hypothalamus control the sleep wake cycle, right? So this is the brain. Somewhere here there is a pineal body. Here there is a thalamus and hypothalamus. It controls the, you already know, this is the pituitary gland. Here there are eyes and chiasma, suprachiasmatic nucleus. And we already know Okay, so hypothalamus control the sleep-wake cycle. Right. So what happened? How the we will see. These are like science. These are the science of sleep. One is off mode. One is called off mode. What is off mode? When body sleep. This is called off mode. Okay, and there is one nucleus which make your body in off mode or body sleep. Then that nucleus is VLPO. Okay, that is ventrolateral preoptic nucleus. Ventrolateral preoptic nucleus. Ventrolateral preoptic, VLPO nucleus. Okay, ventrolateral preoptic nucleus, optic, ventrolateral preoptic nucleus. This, what is nucleus? This is made up of like nucleus or cell body of the neuron. This our collections are here, and they might get this neurotransmitter, and they make you in the off mode or sleep mode. On mode, when body awake. Here there is a second center that is called tuberomammillary nucleus. That is called which one? That is called tuberomammillary nucleus. Okay, that is called TMN. So VLPO off mode, tuberomammillary nucleus to be on mode. Now how? We are not going in deep. This VLPO, that is ventrolateral preoptic nucleus, they release the GABA. They release the GABA. Okay, and this GABA act on this particular, that is called TMN center, and where it release the histamine. And now how they act? VLPO release the GABA, and GABA act on this the basically TMN, and where there is a release of histamine. What exactly happened after that we will see. So after VLPO releasing the GABA, that is gamma aminobutyric acid, there is a release of histamine from the TMN center. So if you see here, I just draw the box here, that is in hypothalamus. So basically, before going for this particular action, we already saw what is hypothalamus. Where exactly the hypothalamus? Hypothalamus is present at the base of brain, near which gland? This is your pituitary gland. You can see here, this is the pituitary gland. Okay, so hypothalamus is present at the base of the brain. This is whole brain. This is the base of the brain, and near to the pituitary gland. What is the function of hypothalamus? Linkage of all like nervous part to the endocrine part. Okay, yeah, neurotransmitter, that is the function of hypothalamus, and it is below the thalamus. That is a part of limbic system. So there is a system that is called the limbic system also. What is the function of limbic system? If you remember the limbic system, in case of that is called central nervous system chapter, what is the function of limbic system? Emotions, behavior, right? Motivation, long-term memory. Okay, so emotion, behavior, long-term memory, motivation. Okay, olfaction, all these are function of that is called limbic system. And we already know your brain is divided into forebrain. Then inside there is a midbrain, and then there is a hindbrain. If you see the coconut, whatever the dry coconut, if you see from outside the gray part, okay, that is called forebrain. Inside that, the white part of the coconut is just like the midbrain, and the tail of that coconut is like the hindbrain. So whatever you see from outside, it is not like people usually confuse. This is the brain, so this is forebrain, this is midbrain, and no, this is wrong. Whatever is outside, all is forebrain. Then inside there is a hindbrain, and the tailing, inside is the midbrain, and the tailing is the hindbrain. Forebrain is called prosencephalon, midbrain is called mesencephalon, and hindbrain is called rhombencephalon, right? So we already divide brain into forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. It is the prosencephalon, mesencephalon and the rhombencephalon. Cephalon is for the bird. Okay. Now, in this limbic system, which is present in the midbrain, right, inside the forebrain, like emotions, behavior, long-term memory, olfaction, temperature regulation. Okay, so temperature regulation usually of forebrain function. That is the forebrain function. That is the temperature. Then reproductive, eating, sleep. That is called limbic system or hypothalamus, right? And we already know that this forebrain is divided into, okay, now we were talking about the forebrain only, not the midbrain, not the hindbrain. I will just take out midbrain and hindbrain, and we are talking about the forebrain. Now this forebrain, which is called prosencephalon, it is again divided into cerebrum. Forebrain are divided into cerebrum and what is second? Diencephalon. Now we are talking about the forebrain, which is divided into, which is prosencephalon. Forget about this, cerebrum and diencephalon. So forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain, prosencephalon, mesencephalon and telencephalon. This forebrain is again divided into cerebrum and diencephalon. Okay, now we are talking about the forebrain. Now this cerebrum, which is called telencephalon. It is called telencephalon, and diencephalon doesn't have other name. They are already called diencephalon. This is called diencephalon, and in this diencephalon there are thalamus, hypothalamus, subthalamus, epithalamus. All these are present in the diencephalon. So in short, if you see the structure of the brain, hypothalamus is a part of your forebrain. Okay, it's not the midbrain. Midbrain, they have all the nucleus. So grossly, forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain, prosencephalon, mesencephalon, rhombencephalon. This forebrain is again divided into cerebrum and diencephalon. Cerebrum is also called telencephalon, and this diencephalon, they have the thalamic or thalamus nucleus, hypothalamus, epithalamic nuclei, right? Many nuclei, right? Or subthalamic nuclei. That is done. And I am saying that this hypothalamus control the sleep-wake cycle. So indirectly it is the forebrain, and that is connected to the midbrain and hindbrain. Okay. So this is all about your which one? Forebrain. Now midbrain. We will talk about the midbrain. Midbrain, the function of midbrain is vision and hearing. Okay. So vision, then hearing, these are the function of your midbrain, right? So in vision, like motor control, eye, okay, so eye movement, that is which one? That is called eye movement or motor control. It is by midbrain. So that is why I said forebrain also and midbrain also, okay, for sleep wake cycle. So midbrain, which control vision, hearing. In case of vision, motor control, that is the eye movement. Second is sleep wakefulness. It is also controlled by the midbrain or mesencephalon. Temperature regulation. This is very important. Temperature regulation is by the midbrain. Temperature regulation is by alertness, or temperature regulation is by the midbrain, right? So these are the midbrain, and you already know the part of the midbrain, right? Cerebral peduncle, corpora quadrigemina. Okay, and then there is a aqueduct, cerebral aqueduct inside the midbrain. So midbrain, these are the part of midbrain, right? And there is one part which is called tectum, which is called the tectum. What is basically the tectum? Tectum is the rear portion of midbrain. It is the rear portion of the midbrain formed by superior and inferior that is called colliculi. So I don't want you to go in a detail of midbrain. So this midbrain, basically, they already have cerebral peduncle, corpora quadrigemina, like 4 nuclei, okay, and cerebral aqueduct. And there is a rear part which is called tectum. In case of midbrain, they have superior and inferior colliculi. Why I want superior colliculi and inferior colliculi? This superior and inferior colliculi, superior, they take input from retina. कहाँ से आता है input? That is from the retina, or you can say they connect to the visual cortex. Superior visual cortex and inferior auditory. If you take the section of the brain, so this is the midbrain, pons, and this is the medulla, and this is the spinal cord. So here you can see superior colliculi, and here there is a inferior colliculi. So these are basically superior and inferior colliculi, and these are corpora quadrigemina, and this is the brain. Okay, here there are nucleus. So superior vision and inferior auditory. So these are all about the midbrain. I just want you to remember how the midbrain is also involved, and forebrain hypothalamus part is also involved in case of the sleep. So this is all about your which one? That is how the brain controls the sleep. And in your last fourth lecture of the sleep, we will see what are the various disorder of the sleep, how the sleep cycle start, and how we control, or pharmacology of basically the sleep related diseases, right? Thank you.